Hi guys, it's Mark here. This video is one I'm quite excited about because this is a strategy that I first created about 8 years ago in 2005, and then life took over, business took over, and I stopped using it because the stuff that I was doing at the time was mainly in skip hire and plant hire and tool hire, and we were ranking all over the place and frankly getting more leads than we could cope with. And it wasn't that expensive either on pay-per-click, but you may already have seen that one of our clients is a personal injury firm of solicitors, really nice people. And I may have explained to you before. If I haven't, I'll assume that you haven't heard this before, so I'll just talk you through the case study that I'm doing here, which I'm calling the Answer Questions with Value, Easy Peasy, Long Tail Ranking List Building Opportunity to save you a fortune on pay-per-click. In this case, these guys, in this marketplace, if I type in compensation lawyers to Google as I've done here, these clicks here cost over £100. It is eye-watering the amount of money that this costs. So part of our strategy for these guys was originally to do videos based upon keywords, which you should always do. Make videos based on keywords. Remember that Google can hear the keywords in the words that you say in the video. Really important. That's what I mean by optimize. I'm doing more stuff on Google video marketing in other sections of the members area, and if you look at the YouTube optimization section, you'll see some stuff on that in there. But this strategy was based upon creating videos that are optimized for keywords and then putting them onto your website with a Google video sitemap. Critical thing to do, which we'll be covering off in other videos. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because I've just typed in compensation lawyers. You can see there's 4.8 million results here. You've got the local ones here to me, Wilmslow, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Page 1 for compensation lawyers, above lots of people that have been spending a lot of money on SEO, is this. And what you'll see here is the rich snippets, which is the picture that goes with the video. And if I just click on this, you'll see that this actually goes to a video that's on their website. And this is critical. The fact is, it's not going to YouTube. The traffic is not going to YouTube. The traffic is not going. It's going to the website. That's a subtle but major difference to marketing on YouTube or Dailymotion or VideoJug or any of those other things, which are still valid and useful, but this is what we want. We want them to come to this video. We want content on the page. I don't know what happened there. What did I do? This content could be improved and is being improved, but there's the call to action here. It's fairly straightforward. We want them to, all the stuff's here on this page. So that strategy is working okay. Long term, we'll be making hopefully hundreds of videos based upon all the keywords that we've discovered in this market and getting all those videos on the site. But another strategy, and this video is not actually about the video strategy. This strategy is about how can you mine for keywords that help people answer questions. So we got to thinking about people who are looking for personal injury claims or somebody to help them with personal injury claims tend to ask questions like, I noticed in the keywords, questions like, how much compensation for? Okay, makes sense, doesn't it? If you've got a personal injury, a lot of people are motivated by how much money they can get for it. Not necessarily, if somebody types in compensation lawyers, they're obviously looking for somebody to help them with compensation. But these really specific long-tail keywords in this market, and think about these in your market, because whatever market you're in, there are people asking questions that relate to the problem that you solve with your services. Just think about that. And then think about what kind of things they type in. So one morning I sat down and thought, well, people are typing in how much compensation for stuff. And this is not necessarily the stuff you'll find in the Google keyword tool because it's too long tail. There's not enough traffic on these individual keywords for Google to be bothered putting it into the Google keyword tool. So you'll see here that I've typed in how much compensation for, and then there's 4 suggestions here underneath here. Now, if I put a space in, and then what I tend to do is work through the alphabet. A, asbestosis, a broken leg, a back injury, a broken jaw. B, bullying at work, broken ribs, broken ankle, burns. C, criminal injuries, concussion, cracked ribs, carpal tunnel syndrome. You see where we're going with this? So I did this the long way round when I was looking for this, this is the long way round, writing them down. And then the next part of the strategy is to create a blog post on your website blog, because you should have a blog built into your website. You have, haven't you? I hope so. If not, give us a call and we'll sort you one out. You need a WordPress blog built into your site. If your site's not on WordPress, you can integrate a WordPress blog into your site, or we could do it for you. Or if you've got a WordPress site already, then the blog's already there. So blogging, this is the reason I'm saying blog, is because this is the simplest, cheapest way of doing it. You don't need to do any development work or design work. But first you've got to find the keywords. So in the case of this Beardsley's personal injury, we found as many keywords as we could that related to people asking how much compensation for. To speed this process up, before I go into the blog entries, there's a tool called ubersuggest.org, which is in the members area already. There's a video on how to use this. So I'm just going to type in how much compensation for, and then I've got to do this, which I never get right, but saying that, every time I've said that on video, I've got it right. This Ubersuggest is great because it just does exactly what the Google thing does there, except it pulls them together. And it then does what I did. It does it by A, B, C, D, E, F, G, through the alphabet, okay? And it starts on how much compensation for, plasma donation, dog bite, false imprisonment, broken leg, medical negligence, that's a big one, la da 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 da, and then it goes through A's, then B's, then C's. This is just a great tool for getting all these auto-suggestion things instantly. So I'm going to hopefully select all of these, 236 suggestions. I don't think there's a button to do it in bulk, so I'm just going to, here we go. You're getting the picture, you just click the plus button. So look, here we go. When you've done all of them, you click the get button, there they are. So let's assume I've got all 236, so I'm going to copy all of those. And then I'm going to, oh, that's a sales letter for something else. I'm going to just put these into a blank Word document. Now, then the next part of the process is really red, amber, greening, the same as with keyword research. I don't know what PTSD is, but the client might. Donating plasma at BioLife. All of these, I'm going to work with the client in this case and say, look, can you get compensation for these things? And then they say yes or no. Yes is a green keyword, red is a no. Once we've got the green keyword, the next thing we do is we create a blog post on the site. So in this case, we have a blog here. Let's have a look down here. And you can see here's one that we did on May the 14th. It's currently May the 24th. So this is 10 days old, this one. I'm just going to click on it. And what we've done here is created a blog post that's optimized for the keyword. In the title, how much compensation for dental negligence. In the URL, how much compensation for dental negligence. That will be in the meta description, if we've done it correctly, which I'm assuming we have. And then if you look at the blog post itself, there's some copy here. There's a copy of a book cover that we designed for it, and there is an Aweber form. That's all we've done. Now, I know that 10 days ago this book cover wasn't there, and I know that 2 days ago this Aweber form wasn't there. We just did the blog post, put in some content, and we improve it over time, because as soon as you make the blog post, you're giving it a chance of ranking. So your first priority is to get this thing ranking for the keyword, and then you need to see if there's any traffic for it. Well, we know there's traffic for it because it's in the auto-suggestion tool. If it wasn't in the auto-suggestion tool, nobody would have typed it in before. The question is, we don't know how much traffic. So we use a plugin in WordPress which gives us a rank track, a rank update here, which I'll try and big up for you. So this is the rank update that comes through to us, which has all the keywords, the number of visits each keyword's had in the last few days, and then what position they are in Google. So this is done in order of 1 to da da da. So if you go down this list, the great thing about this is it pushes it to you. So whenever somebody finds your site via a new keyword, this gets updated and then it emails you. The plugin emails you directly to whoever you want it to email to, so you can see what kind of things are going on. So this is interesting. Grade 2 Whiplash Compensation. That's had 2 visits, and it's coming from the free compensation guides. How much compensation for Grade 2 Whiplash? Position number 1 on Google. Let's just check that. And bear in mind that all of these keywords in this list, pretty much all of them, are £100 click keywords. So let's go back to Google and type that particular keyword in, which is super long tail. Grade 2 Whiplash Compensation. There it is at number 1. How much compensation for Grade 2 Whiplash? Let's just click on it, have a look at it, just prove what I'm saying. Now, this one hasn't got an Aweber form on it yet. I don't think. Maybe it'll load. No, it hasn't. So we haven't even completed the Aweber form yet. Now that is really, this proves what I'm saying. We put the guide on, we put the content on, we've made the title that isn't even 100% optimized for that keyword, but it's still at number 1 because nobody else has gone to this length or to these lengths. Now, in the case of this, they've got the option of starting a claim here, but really with this free guide we should be putting the Aweber form here, which we're in the process of doing. The reason I'm showing you this now while it's still in the process of being completed is because we started doing these scores of new blog posts 2 to 4 weeks ago, and as we put them up and done the book covers, and you know, it's a bit time consuming, but as we've done it, we're then going back and we're putting in the Aweber forms. The reason for showing you this today is because I don't like showing anything that works in theory. I like to show it in practice. So if I go down here today, we should see somewhere. I should have prepared this one, shouldn't I? I'll just pause while I find this. Won't be a second. You won't notice it. Yeah, it was there right in front of me. So here we go. I shouldn't show you that because it's got some of these personal emails details in. But there you go. Look, Margaret Moore. She won't mind. Left her phone number. Left her email address. In this case, the phone number actually doesn't work. That will happen. We put the phone number field in because we really want to be ringing them up. But that's the first sign up that we've received from this Aweber Whiplash Compensation. How much compensation for Whiplash? Form. Now, are you seeing the potential of this? If you go down this list, look how many of the URLs are for free compensation guides. Lots of them as you go further down. The great thing about this is that these free compensation guides, this rank update is telling us which one to do in which order. So once we put them up, we want to see which one's getting the traffic. So the rank update tells us which one's getting the traffic, and that tells us in which order to go and put the Aweber forms and the book covers on. So what you eventually do is start building a list under each one of these, in this case, these niche markets within personal injury. So getting these personal injury leads, then what they do is within the Aweber form, you set up an autoresponder sequence, firstly saying, thanks very much, here's your free guide, attach it as a PDF, and then you've got them in an autoresponder sequence so you can follow up with other emails pointing them to other content on your site. But what you want to do with those emails is try not to sell to them. Just add value. Just say, have you seen this video that we made on Whiplash Compensation? And then click them back to your site so that the site is getting more traffic and more exposure to your brand. And what this eventually does is builds up trust. And if you've got enough lobster pots out there, in this case, we should be targeting about 200 different lobster pots, all pulling in. If they all pulled in 1 lead a week, then suddenly you're getting 200 leads a week, 4, 8, you can add it up. That's 8, 9, 10,000 leads a year. In the case of this business, each lead on pay-per-click costs upwards of £300–400. So do the maths. Your market might not be as expensive as that, but I hope you can see that this is an extremely powerful strategy that I recommend that you do based upon answering people's questions with value and then leading them up the sales funnel so that you become the trusted source of information and the person that they are going to come to when they're at the point in the sales funnel when they want to buy your services or products. Okay, that's all for now. I'll catch you later. Bye.